Good day. My name is Marlo Novino, and I'm from Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology. And today, I'll be sharing to you my research entitled Academic Entrepreneurship in the Philippines, the Interplay of Absorptive Capacity and Innovation on University-Based Technology Business Incubators. The Knowledge Society prompted universities to transition with your missions in promoting economic and social development while preserving sustainability. This resulted to the changes in the mandate, function, and even structure of the universities, which took form in innovation and entrepreneurship activities, which have become essential catalysts for the transfer of university knowledge and technology from university laboratories to the commercial market. This phenomenon is known to us as academic entrepreneurship, which includes patenting, licensing, startup creation, and university industry partnerships to commercialize innovations developed in the university. One clear manifestation of academic entrepreneurship is establishment of a university-based technology business incubators or TBIs, which contribute to the success of the technology transfer. In the Philippines, there are over 30 university-based TBIs as funded by Department of Science and Technology. And so therefore, this paper seeks to measure the knowledge management and innovative outputs of university-based TBIs in the Philippines using the two reconceptualized dimensions of absorptive capacity, the potential absorptive capacity or PACAP, and the realized absorptive capacity or RACAP. Specifically, the study aims to investigate the link between new organizational antecedents, absorptive capacity, and innovative outputs to help university administrators, TBI management team, and policymakers in understanding the nature and challenges they face in assisting and promoting academic entrepreneurship through startups and spin-offs. Given the statement of the problem, the following research objectives were arrived. First, to measure the level of absorptive capacity and innovative outputs of TBIs in the country, to measure if organizational antecedents, specifically slack resources, tolerance for failure, willingness to cannibalize, and external openness influence potential absorptive capacity or PACAP, to measure if PACAP mediate the relationship between new organizational antecedents and the realized absorptive capacity or RACAP, and to measure if RACAP mediate the relationship between PACAP and innovative outputs. Following the works of Zara and George in 2002 on the conceptualized idea of the absorptive capacity as originally proposed by Cohen and Leventhal, this paper will look at new organizational antecedents, specifically slack resources, tolerance for failure, willingness to cannibalize, and external openness towards the reconceptualized absorptive capacity dimensions of PACAP and RACAP, and finally on innovative outputs. To answer the statement of the problem and to achieve the research objectives, this paper took the study population of 31 university-based TBIs funded by the Department of Science and Technology, and a database was acquired, and each TBI may have 4 key staff composed of managers, directors, and coordinators and staff. There were up to 124 key staff working in the 31 TBIs across the country, and they were all reached out via email, and a total of 105 useful responses were received and analyzed. For the questionnaire design, it was based from the literature review specifically. For the new organizational antecedent, it was adopted from Daniels in 2008, as cited by Burchard in 2015, for PACAP and RACAP from Jansen 2005, and for innovative outputs from Prohogo and Ahmed in 2006. Results were analyzed using partially squares method, which is a variance-based structural equations modeling. Since this paper involves the mediating effects of PACAP and RACAP, and thus PLSM ensures correct and valid terms of theoretical justification and variable prediction. And for smaller sample size, PLS is a good method to use in SEM. In order to ensure the robustness of the results, divergent and convergent validity as well as multicollinearity were also observed. According to the results of the study, for the new organizational antecedents, slack resources and willingness to cannibalize did not significantly predict PACAP. Only tolerance for failure and external openness significantly predicted PACAP, therefore supporting hypothesis 2 and hypothesis 4. For the mediation analysis, since slack resources and willingness to cannibalize did not predict PACAP, so consequently, PACAP did not also mediate the relationship between SR and RACAP and WC and RACAP. Only PACAP positively mediated the relationship between tolerance failure and RACAP and external openness and RACAP. And RACAP positively mediated the relationship between PACAP and innovative outputs. Looking into the model summary, um, the model explained 38.7% of the variance as explained by mainly PACAP and explained mainly by RACAP. So for the conclusion, the main findings of the study revealed that the mediated relationship between PACAP, RACAP, and IO explained 38.7% of the variance, both predicted by PACAP and mainly explained by RACAP. Among new organizational antecedents, slack resources and willingness to cannibalize did not predict PACAP, only tolerance for failure and external openness. Consequently, PACAP positively mediated the relationship between TF and EO and RACAP except for SR and WC. And similarly, RACAP positively mediated the relationship between PACAP and innovative outputs. The main contribution of this paper in the literature is the validation of the positive and significant link of absorptive capacity and innovation similar to the studies of Cepeda Carrion et al. And Leal Rodriguez et al. In 2014, with emphasis in the Philippine context, which is under study. These papers also pointed out the unidimensionality of PACAP and RACAP as a single absorptive capacity variable and not two separate constructs as evidence in the model's divergent validity. Similar with other cross-sectional and exploratory studies, establishing the causal relationship between and among variables would become a challenge, especially if variables measured only reflect a portion of the complex system. It is therefore recommended for future research to conduct a longitudinal study among those mature and productive university-based TBIs. And moreover, since this model only captured 38.7% of the variance using absorptive capacity-related variables, future studies should also incorporate other explanatory variables such as leadership and organizational culture in the equation. That would be all. Thank you.